Hey guys, namaste and a very good evening to everyone in the session. This is Yogen Singh from Fosk Technologies. Welcome to day 2 of this program, right? I hope now everyone can hear me, right? So please raise your hand if you can hear me. Okay, so a lot of hands coming up on my screen. Okay, that's good. So let's first, discuss what we have in this course, right? So, guys, yesterday we have our first session, and that first session is basically called as day 0, right? So 22nd April, that was yesterday, right? It would be called as day 0 because there is no teaching and we only talk about the tools, right? And installation issues, that was the day 0. Today we are at this day, right, which is actually day 1, and it's 23rd April, right? What we are going to discuss today, right, we'll start with the very basics of Python programming today. Very basics of Python programming. What we are going to cover today is we would be talking about the data types in Python, right? We would be talking about how to take input from the user. We are going to talk about how to print it, how to import the libraries in Python, right? And how to play around with the strings in Python, right? So these are the couple of topics that we are going to learn today. And tomorrow, that would be 24th April, we are going to discuss around control flow. When you talk about control flow, you talk about if else kind of statements in any programming language, and they are in Python as well, right? If you are from C background or C++ background or Java background, you know what is control flow. You talk about if else elif kind of statements, right? And we are also going to discuss looping, right? So looping means how to play around with the while loop or for loop, so looping is there. On 25th April, right, that would be the day 3, right? That day 3 we would be talking about some of the inbuilt data structures in Python, and those data structures are list, tuples kind of there. We also talk about functions. On the day 4, we will continue with some of the data structures like list comprehension. We'll talk about some of the inbuilt functions like map, reduce, filter, lambda, very important session there. And on the last day, we'll talk about dictionary, SAT, and file handling, right? File handling is not mentioned there, but we'll talk about file handling. On the last day, which is 28th April, right? We'll talk about the assignments. We'll discuss the solutions around them, right? And we'll try to solve that what is the optimal solution. So guys, did you get me? I have gone through the a program that each day what new we are going to learn, right? That is the program. This image is already in your Google Drive. Google Drive's link was shared yesterday with you in your chat, right? So that's the kind of flow of the program, right? Now let's start with the agenda today. So I'm going to discuss what the agenda for today is, right? So agenda for today, right? Guys, everyone is settled now. Can we start? I'm going to start the session, right? So please be focused, be ready, right? Okay, so Mariam Asif is saying yes, Sovik is saying yes, right? A lot of people raising hands, right? Cool, 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 cool. So I can't name everyone, but Shweta is there, Bhavya is there, Venkat is there, Tarun is there, Gayatri is there, Srinivas is there, Kangan is there, Sai Kumar is there. A lot of people have raised their hands, right? Vineet, Rakesh, right? Yeah. So Savik is saying that so excited, sir. Okay, thank you, Savik. Divya from Karnool. Okay, anyway, guys, as per the schedule, what we are going to talk about today, we are going to talk about data types in Python, right? Data types in Python. That would be the agenda, right? We'll also talk about how to import libraries in Python, right? We'll talk about typecasting, some of the keywords, right, that you already know from other programming languages, right? Fourth, we are going to talk about how to take input from the user. So how you can write a code so that it takes the input from the user, right? And we'll talk about, string methods as well, string methods, or sometimes they are called as operations, right? So that's the agenda for today, right? Now I'm moving to my Spyder screen. So that's my Spyder screen, right? How to open a new, a file in a Spyder that was told to you yesterday, but let me do it again. So what we are going to do, we are going to open a new file, right? So I'm going to file menu. There is an option called new file, right? You click on this, right? And there you can see untitled 2.py, right? Some piece of text is already written there. Maybe you can delete it, right? So I just cleared it. Everything is clear now. And now you can see there is nothing into the file and we can start writing the code, right? This is the way to create a new file. One more thing. I have already created one more file with the name day_1.py. What is the use of the source file? The extension of any Python programming file is .py, right? So that's there. We are going to write the code for today in this file, and this file will be shared with you in the email or over WhatsApp, or this file would be available in the Google Drive. So as per Sylvester sir's instruction, I'm going to share this .py file in the Google Drive for your later access in future. If you want to go through this code, you can go, right? So keep it with you, right? Now guys, this is the Spyder screen. As I explained yesterday to you, this left side of the window, right? Guys, can you see the screen? Is it visible to you? Guys, confirm me please. Okay, a lot of people raising hands. That means this screen is visible to everyone. Okay. Okay, guys. So as I explained yesterday, this Spyder screen has 3 windows. This left side window is the editor window where we are going to write the code. This bottom right window is called as console window. This is the console window. You will see the output of our statements right here. And this top right window, it's a multi-purpose window, right? It's a multi-purpose window, right? And what we are going to use it for, we are going to see the variables that we would be declaring or that we would be using, right? In our code. So you will see them here. I'll show you. And currently, the directory or the folder that I have opened, right? So I go to this button, I click on browse a working directory. So I click on this, right? I open the directory, right, and open it, and there you see a lot of files available. So that's a simple layout of our Spyder. And now let's start, guys. If you are from, let's say, C programming background, right? In the C programming, right, you are being told how to include a header file, right? So in the C, how you do it? In the C, you do it like hash include, let's say math.h, right? This is your C programming way, right? Or stdio.h kind of stuff, right? When we import a header file kind of, in Python, actually, though those are not called as header file, they are called as libraries. So what you used to have in header files in C programming or in C++, here we call them as a library. And how to include them? So there, this is the way you use an import statement. So import, and what to do? Import math. This is the statement saying that import math library in the code. So I select it and press shift enter. The shift enter is there, right? And that statement you can see on the console window. It got successfully executed. There is no error, right? Now what to do with this math library? That's the question here. So I have imported it, that's fine. But what to do with that? This math library has a lot of functions which I can directly use. This math library has a lot of methods which I can directly use, right? But how to see what are the various methods provided by this library, math? How to check this, right? So there is a method. What we can do, we use a method, inbuilt method. Inbuilt method means the method which is already available with the Python. So we say dir. So dir is the method. Dir method requires the name of library. And what is the name of our library in that case? Currently it is math. So what I would say, math. Now let's run this line. So dir, right? Math. Now see the output here, guys. See the output here. I executed this simple statement, dir math. And what was the output here? There you see. You see, this is the list of methods which is supported by math library. So what is this? This is the list of methods which are part of math library, right? So we imported the math library here, that's there, right? After importing the math library, we used a method dir and gave the name of our library math. Once we executed this method, we got the list of all the functions or methods that is supported by math library. But how to use any function? So there is a function, let's say there is a function here, if you see, let's say this is a function sqrt. I want to use this function. But again, there is a problem. I don't know how to use it, right? So I need a help here. How to get a help? I'm going to call a one more function help. And what I will say? I will say, I want to know how sqrt function works. So what I will write here in help, math dot, I'm using a dot operator. After that, I will write the name of a specific function that I want to use. So what the function I'm looking for? Sqrt, right? Now let's run it. There you see, it got executed, we got the help, and this is the help we got. What the function is doing, it is saying that it returns the square root of x. That means when we give a value to this method, it will give us a square root of that value. How to use it? Let's see, guys. So now, how to use it? I'm trying to use it now. Math library name that I have imported dot sqrt, my function name, parenthesis, and I'm going to pass the value. So let's say I want to know the value of a square root of 16. So what I will do now, I will do just select it and run it. How to run it? Shift enter. So that's here you see the square root of 16 is 4.0, right? How to use some other value, math.sqrt. Let's say this time you want to calculate the square root of 20. There you see, again select it, shift enter, and now you can see the square root of 20 is coming this way. So guys, I'm executing the statements here in editor window, but you see the output on the console window. Let's take one more example from this math library, and then we will move to the another part.
So can you explain again how to run the codes there?
Yes, I'll take that. Right? Guys, let's do it again. I just remove everything from the screen, and now again, my screen is completely blank. I want to play with math library or any library, right? But for example, I want to show you how to use math library. How you will use the math library? The first step is import the library. So let me write a comment. So how to write a comment in Python? Use hash. So that's the single line comment, right? Import math library, right? So guys, this is the comment I have written. It's a single line comment, and how to write a comment using this hash. So how to import it? We are going to use import a statement. What the name of library is? Math. Okay. How to know what are the functions in this library? We use a function dir math. Okay, let's run these. So select these two, statements and press shift enter. When you press shift enter, you see the output, and the output you see the list, right? The list of all the functions, right? List of all the functions that are part of this library, right? How to see that a particular function, if you want to know more about a particular function in math library, how to use that? We use a method called help. We can say math dot. Let's say this time you want to know how to use this function POW, which is power, right? So we say POW here, and we run it. We get the help here on the console window. What is the help it is giving? It returns x to the power y, right? It is giving x to the power y. So that means, let's say we want to know what is 2 raised to the power 3, right? So I'll just keep it as a comment. So let's put a comment here, right? And now how to use that method? Math dot POW. It requires 2, 3, right? So that means 2 is the value, right? Base value. And what is the power? 3. It's a 2 raised to power 3. And once you select it, and then you see the output here, you got the output 80. So guys, now let me confirm with you. I explained you how to import a library. I showed you the example of a math library, right? And then I told you how to check the list of functions in a given library. I told you how to use dir method. Then I told you how to check for a specific function. Then I told you how to take help, right? And then finally, I told you how to use a specific method. I told you two methods. One was sqrt function and the other was POW, which is power. Did you guys get it clearly? Okay, a lot of guys, raising the hand. Okay, okay, okay. So my screen is full now, right? So that's how see it. Okay, if you have any function, right? Any issue with this, right? Just take a note, right? I'll take this again, while in the discussion session, right? Now, guys, couple of guys are getting a error that when they run, when they select a statement and run shift enter, right? They are getting an error, and that error is called as run cell error. How to fix that error? I'm going to tell you guys. Just look at the screen, right? You have to go to this Python. There you have preferences. You click on the preferences part. When you click on the preferences, let's wait for the window. That's here, right? And now, where it was, Sylvester, sir? You have
keyboard shortcuts.
Keyboard shortcuts, right? So
Third number.
you have a keyboard shortcuts, right?
Yeah.
So guys, what I did again, let me show you. Go to this preferences, right? Go to the keyboard shortcuts, select this option, right? And now in this search window, search for run, cell, right?
SE.
Right? So there,
Correct.
when you search run, right, there is a command called run selection, right? So click on this run selection. I clicked on this, right? There, guys, you have to add a new shortcut. What you can do, click on this, right? And once you click on this, now press shift enter. Now press shift enter like this. I press shift enter, right? And then say okay, okay, and then you apply this change, right? And now you press the okay button, and now things will work for you, right? Now things will work for you. Even after, sometimes if it doesn't work, please restart your Spyder, right? So what are the steps I have told you? Go to the preferences, go to the a keyboard shortcuts, search for the run, run string, run selection, and then change the command, right? So it's there, it's a tool, right? Okay, guys, so that was the case how to import a library. Now let's start with something other. Now, guys, I'm going to say how to print something in the Python, right? So we know there is a print statement. So that's the print here. What I can print anything. So if you want to print a string, you will have to use double quote here. And there you say hello world, right? That's the print statement. So you select it and you run it. That's the print here. Just a minute. Oh, so I changed my command. Fine. So let me, in that case, let me restart this. So I'm just going to restart it. Just a minute. Python, you know, which is Spyder.
What happened, sir?
I changed the command. It is now. It is like it requires a restart now. So let me restart with that. If that works. Yeah, let me change. Yes. No. Just guys, wait. So guys, just wait, please wait. I'm restarting my Spyder, right? So guys, my Spyder screen is back, right? Okay. So let's increase the font size a little bit so you can see it. I also increase the font size from this code as well. So guys, that was the code we have. Now guys, after the print, let me, please all focus now. Now we are going to something important. Now, I'm going to declare a variable in Python. So that is something new to us. Now, how to declare a variable? I take a variable name, let's say str1, and I assign some initial value to it using a assignment operator. And then I write a string here. Let's say that a string name is fast coding school, right? So guys, at line number 18, this is the statement, which is a variable declaration. The name of the variable here is str1. That is the variable name. And the initial value that is given to us is a string, right? So that's the variable declaration. And now let's run it. So how to run it? Shift, enter. Okay. Some error is coming.
What is the problem, sir?
Let me check some issue with the. Run.
Google Drive.
Just use it. Let me something like that. Just some error is coming and type object has no attribute file number. Okay.
select preference select करो सर
Huh?
preference select करो सर वापस
Python पे click करो sir. Python पे click करो.
My click is not working.
तो सर इस पे क्लिक करो, ये जो टूल दिख रहा है ना,
My click is not working.
Guys, just wait for some time. There is some technical problem on sir's machine.
सर जो ये लिखा हुआ है ना ऊपर, टाइम थर्सडे 5:46 PM, इसके हाँ इसके नीचे जो टूल है, थर्सडे 5:46 PM, इसके नीचे नहीं सर, इसके जो नीचे है इस पे पास में सर, पास
Sylvester sir,
Yes, बोलिए sir.
can you take the control right now and I fix my machine? Until then you can continue.
Just a minute. So control आपको देना पड़ेगा sir.
I'll give the control to you. Just आप open up your Spyder. So, say
I'll request everybody to just wait patiently for some time. Don't worry, we'll extend the session time today. So there will be no loss to you people.
Okay, guys, I'm back. Okay, guys. Okay, let's start.
Sir would request if you can start again how to run the commands also, and how to remove the run cell problem also.
So that can be taken probably later on, because now that is going to create some issue with my machine right now.
Okay, no problem.
Right. Okay. So guys, my screen is back. I had some issue with my Spyder now. Okay. Now let's again start from Sorry for the disturbance, guys. Okay. So everyone with me, guys? Ready? Okay, I can see people coming back. Fine, thank you. So let's declare a variable here, str1 is equal to, and we assign initial string to this the fast coding school here, right? What is the meaning of this statement? First, understand that. On this equal to sign or this assignment operator on the left side, we have the name of our variable. Currently, this variable name is str1, right? We do not specify the type in Python. That's why I didn't write anything, And we assigned some initial value, initial string to it. str1 is equal to fast coding school. So let's run it, select it, shift enter. There you can see. I can print this string str1, so I can print it. So I print it. There you can see the output, right? Now, I want to know the type of my variable, right? You guys assigned a string to it, right? And you want to know what is the data type assigned to str1, right? So what we can check, we can use a method type and write str1. Now see this, we run this type statement, and now str is coming as the output. That means the data type of this variable str1 is str. Str stands for a string. What is the data type? A string. So this line number 22 means that we have declared a string type variable whose name is str1, whose initial value is fast coding school, that is a string. Did you guys get it? That we have declared our first variable, right? And the type to variable is a string, right? You can see that in a variable explorer. Now let's go to the variable explorer here, and there you see the name of your variable is str1 and the type is str. Okay, let's do it again. I say str2 is equal to, guys, right? This time I'm using single quote. So using single quote, I'm writing again fast coding school. Can you see on the line number 20, I used, double quotes. On line number 26, I'm using single quote, right? And the variable name is str2. So again, let's run it, str2, okay? And now check the type, str2 here. So you have the type, right? So this is again str. That means in Python, double quote is also allowed in a string and single quote is also allowed in a string. Both of them, whether it's a double quote, whether it's a single quote, both of them are str, both of them are a string. Is it clear to everyone? Whether I use a single quote or whether I use a double quote, everything is a string in Python, right? Okay, cool. Now, let's take one more thing. This time I say str3 is equal to capital F. I'm only taking one letter, which is capital F, under double quote. Now let's find out the type for this as well, str3. So now let's see what is the type coming up. Again, it is str. Can you see, guys? Again, it is str. That means a single character also is a string in Python, right? Single character is also a string in Python. Now, let's one more example. I take one more variable with the name str4 is equal to single quote F, right? And We want to know the type for this as well. And now see str4 and see the type for this. Again, it is str. str means a string. It is a data type in Python, right? You have heard from C programming that there are data types like integer, float, char, boolean, kind of. Here in Python, we have a data type, a string, and that is denoted as str. So whether you take a double quote, right? Whether I take a single quote, whether I take a double quote with single character, or whether I take a single quote with a single character, everything is str in Python. Clear? Now I declare one more variable this time. I say a is equal to 10. See this, guys. Now we have a one more variable coming up. A is equal to 10. What is the meaning of this? Now there is a variable with the name A whose initial value is 10, right? And now I run it and I want to know the type for this variable A. Now see what is the type coming up. Now this time it is integer, right? So what is the meaning of this statement? We explicitly do not mention any data type in Python, right? The data type of a variable is decided by the value it is assigned. If you assign an integer value, data type would be integer. If you assign a string, data type would be a string. If you assign a Boolean value, data type would be a Boolean value. If you assign a float value, data type would be a float value, right? Let's take me another example. That was the example for integer. I'm going to take one more example. B is equal to, there is a variable name called B. Initial value is 3.4. Guys, can you tell me, there is a question from my side. Can you tell me that at line number 43, B is equal to 3.4, what would be the data type for B? So people are saying, Bharat is saying float, 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 float. A lot of people are saying float now because now you got it, how the variables are declared in Python, right? So now I can check the type as well, right? So type is B, right? Right? So this is a float type. Okay, now I have one more question for you guys. This time C is equal to true. Can you guys let me know what is the data type this time for variable C? People are saying Boolean. Yes, it's a Boolean, right? How to check for this type and the variable name C? It's okay, it's not defined. So let's run it again and then check the type for C. It's a bool. So bool stands for Boolean, true, false, right? I can make it false as well. Make sure your first character, T is capital, F is also capital, right? So here you see there is bool, right? So guys, in C programming, you heard about null as well. Here in Python as well, we have a null. How to define a null using none, right? And what is the type for this? We have a type none type. This is equivalent to null in C programming, right? Null in C programming. So if I summarize, right? If I summarize that what are the data types in Python, right? Primary data types supported by Python. Let me summarize them in a multi-line comment. So how to write a multi-line comment? You use triple quotes. Triple quotes here and then at end as well. So beginning triple quotes, ending triple quotes, and whatever you write in between, everything would be considered as a comment. Single line comment, you use hash for single line comment, right? So this is single line comment, but for multi-line commenting, you use triple quotes. What are the data types in Python now? We can summarize them quickly. One was int, another was float, another was bool, another was a string, str, right? And fifth one was none type, right guys? That was there. So these are the 5 primary data types in Python. Is it clear to everyone? Guys, can you please, confirm me? Can you share your feedback? So double is also float in Python, right? So we do not differentiate, kind of like long or double. Everything is float in Python, right? Everything is float. So a lot of people are saying, uh, uh, clear, sir, right? Now let me, there is no care. There is no care in Python. There is no care in Python, right? There is no care in Python. Everything is str. Even a single care in Python, is str. Did you guys got it? There is no care in Python, right? Everything is str, whether it's a single character, right, or multiple characters, everything is str in Python, right? Now, I have a value, let's say a is equal to 3.4. Now you guys know it is a float, right? And now I say something like that, b is equal to int a. Do you guys know what is this? I'm just saying at line number 70 that declare a variable with the name a whose initial value is 3.4. That means it's a float type. But at line number 72, I'm going to, typecast my variable a to integer type and assigning that value to a variable b. This is known as typecasting. What you call as typecasting, right? And what would be the answer in that case? The answer would be, let's see, so a is equal to 3.4 and we have a typecasting. So when you typecast a float to integer, only int value is left, right? So no value after decimal, so you will see only 3, right? Okay, now I have one more thing. I have something like that. A is equal to 3. And now I write something like that, float, and then A. What would be printed for B, guys? So this time it is an integer value. Now you converted this integer to a float using a keyword float. That means this keyword will convert my data type A to float type, and now B would be a float, and that would be 3.0, right? So that's what you call as a typecasting. Is how do you play around with the typecasting? Now, guys, I want to take input from the user. Now I'm coming to a very important discussion. I want to take input from the user. How to take input from the user? In Python, we have a method called input. So there is a method input. In input method, we have to give a string, and that string would be printed to the user, right? So what message we want to show to the user, we have to write that message, right? Let's say I say enter the name. So that's the message I want to show to the user. When this method will run, it will show a message to the user. When the user will enter his name, we will collect that name in a variable, right? Let's say that variable name is n, let's say, for example, or something like that. Let's say str, okay? So we keep something like that. So what is the meaning of this statement at line number 80, guys? Let's understand very clearly. There is a method being called input to take the input from the user. When this method will run, it will show a message to the user. And what will be the message to the user? Enter the name. That's the message you have given here. And when this will run, user will add something and will take that value into a variable called str1. So let's run it, guys. So run it. We are going to run it. Shift enter. There you see on the console, we got the message, enter the name. We are going to add the name here. Let's say my name is Yogendra. So my name is Yogendra. And that's it, right? Now I want to print this name. So how I would do that? Print str1, right? So now it's printed str1, right? Now, what is the type? Can I check the type? What is the type? str1. What is the type? str1, str, right? That means input method will be the method that we are going to use to take the input from the user. Also, one more thing, input method will read everything as str, as a string. Input method will read everything as str, right? So here, we have, let's take one more example. Okay, I call input method again. Okay, I show the message, enter the city name. So that's the method message I have there, and I will take this in a variable called city. Do you guys get it? Right? So that's here. We are going to run it. City, right? It is asking me for the enter the city name. Let's say I enter the city name Jaipur. And now what would be the type for city? The type would be str again. Okay, let's run a magic now. I say print statement. Okay, tell me what is happening, guys. And I say city multiplied with 3. City multiplied with 3, right? Now what happens? See the output. Jaipur, 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 3 times, print 3 times, right? Okay, I'll say print str1, which is, my name there in str1, and I say 2, right? So now you can see Yogendra, right? So that's a kind of a string operation you have, right? So if you multiply a string with some number, right, in the print, you will see it, repeated. So that's it. Now let's see a very important case here. See, guys, I'm going to say input method again. This time I want to find enter the marks. I want to know the marks. So enter the marks here, right? And I will read them in a variable called marks. Please, guys, listen very carefully, right? See this. I'm going to select it, run it. It is asking for the marks. Let's say I got the marks 40. So I got the marks 40. I entered them, right? Now, guys, I entered a number which was 40. When I print marks here, guys, see this marks. It is showing me the 40. That's fine. I don't use print here, right? And see marks, guys. When I'm just printing the marks, so I write on the console window as well, right? Guys, can you see 40 is under single quote? Guys, can you confirm this? That when I print marks only, I see 40 in single quote. That means 40 is not a number. Marks is not a number. It is a string, right? And how can I make sure about it? I can run a method called type and run it marks. See the type str. That means even though I entered a number 40, but input method was reading it as a string only. That is the only condition with input method. Input method will always read in a string form only. But for me, it has to be a number. I cannot go with 40 as a string. What I can do here? Currently, my marks are a string type, but I want to convert them to an integer, right? I can do a typecasting. And what typecasting is I can do here? I can typecast my marks from str type to integer and again, reassign them to the same variable, right? So now here you see marks. So what is the current data type to marks? str. Now I'm going to typecast them to integer and again reassigning them to the same variable name. And when I run it, so now I run it, select it, shift enter and see what is the type to marks now. See, this guy is now str. So now you can see my type is int now, right? So that means input method will always take as str. I can typecast it to integer or float or any other data type depending on my problem, right? Depending on my problem. Now guys, see this. Effectively, if you want to read an integer from the user, you have to take two steps. One step is you have to, you have to do this one step that you have to call this input method and read that value as a string and then typecast it. So that is your second step, right? I can combine these two statements in a single statement. Guys, listen what I'm saying. I can combine these two statements in a single statement. How to combine that? You can see marks here. And what is the marks? Marks is equal to this method. So what I can do, I can copy this here, right? And instead of marks, what I can write? I can write this. So now this is the input method. Whatever it reads, it would be typecasted to integer, right? So this is the way. So this is the way of doing it in a single line, right? And now here you see, right? Enter the marks. I enter it, let's say 55. And this time you see what is the type given to marks. So type marks here. And now see int, right? So this is known as pipelining. We call it as a pipelining. So this is called as pipeline, right? So is it clear to you guys? Is it clear to you? Okay, a lot of people have raised the hand. Thank you guys. So initially we had a disturbance, but now things are smoothly running. Thank you for your patience. Okay guys, so a lot of people are saying clear. Usha, Sri, Maguluri. So guys, you will need to do a lot of practice, right? I'll let you know in the times to come how to do a practice, right? Okay. Okay, coming to now, we'll take a 10-minute session and then we'll take a break and during the break Sylvester sir will tell you what assignments you have to do today and then we will start with our discussion question answer sessions. So we'll take your doubts, guys. Be patient, have patience. We will take all your questions, all your doubts after the break, after the 6. So right now let me take one more example around you. str1 is equal to fast Jaipur. So that's my string now, right? I want to know the length of my string. That is my first, case today. So check the length of a string. How to check the length of your string? There is a method called len. And len, I pass my variable name. My variable name is str1, whose initial value is fast Jaipur in double quotes. There you get the length of my string. So what is the length of my string? You can see, guys, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12, right? So that's the length of your string. Now see, str1, now I'm going to use a square bracket, and in the square bracket, I write a number 0, let's say, for example. See the output, guys. str1. Did you get it? What I write? What I'm saying at line number 113, please guys know. str1. And then I'm specifying an index value, right? It means print the character at index 0. That's the meaning of this statement. Print the character which is at index 0, right? So there you see, what is the index 0? Our first character, our first letter in the string is at index 0. That means by default, our index starts from 0. So this is the 0 index. So here we have index 0, and then we have index 1, then we have 2, then 3, and then 4, and then 5, and so on. That's the index 0, right? I can specify a range as well. So now how to say this str1, and then I 0, and then I say colon, and then I say 5, right? Now str1, and there is a range now. What is the meaning, right? So it will print from index 0, index 1, index 2, index 3, and index 4. Index 5 is excluded. So it will only take what? Index 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And 4, right? So it will only print from what? Index 0, index 1, index 2, index 3, and index 4. So it will only print the first, right? This concept in Python is known as slicing. What we call this concept as slicing. We call it as slicing. We call it as a slicing, right? Okay, let's take one more example. str1, I say 0, right? And then 10. So now you guys know what is the range we are going to get from index 0, then index 1, then 2, then 3, right? Index 4, index 5, index 6, 7, 8, and 9. So it will go up to index 9 only. After that, I take one more column and say 2. Did you get it, guys? Now, what is the meaning? This is known as start index. This is known as end index, but this is excluded. This is not included in our answer. And this is known as a step. Currently, I'm taking this value as a 2. That means print every alternate character from 0 to 9. Right? So range is given, and then we have specified the steps as well. It will take every second character in the string. It will take every second character in the string. So how to take? It will take this, then leave this, then it will take this, then leave this, then it will take this. So every alternate character it is going to print for us, right? Sometimes people write this way as well, 4 colon and then they leave it. That means start from 4 and go up to end of the string. If you have not specified anything after the column, it will take the complete string till end, but it will start from the index 4, right? It will start from the index 4. So let's run this part as well. One more variation, guys, str1. And this time I do not specify the start. I directly say colon and I say 5. What is the meaning of this? By default, if there is no start is given, it will start from index 0 and again go to 4 only because 5 is excluded. So it will print what? Index 0, index 1, index 2, index 3, and index 4. So that's the case here. One more variation. People sometimes just write this way as well. They write something like that. So they do not specify the start. They also do not specify the end. That means take the full string again. Take the full string, right? So that's the case here. Okay, guys, I have a question for you. str1 is there, index start 0 and index 10, and this time I take the step 1. Tell me the output, guys. Will it take every character from index 0 to 9 or will it skip something? Tell me. Because step is 1, it will take every character into count, right? It will not skip anything, right? So from index 0 to 9, it will print all the characters from 0 to 9. These all concepts are known as slicing in Python. It will take, it is known as slicing in Python. So guys, we will continue with the string operations tomorrow as well, right? We will continue with the string operations tomorrow as well, right? Today, I just took the slicing part. So let's have a quick review what we have done today. We started our discussion how to import the libraries, right? That's there. We started understanding how to import the libraries. Then we understood about the dir method. Then we understood about help method, right? Then we understood about print. Then we understood how to know the type of your variable using type method, right? Then we declared a couple of strings in the various formats: double quote string, single quote string, double quote string with a single character, single quote string with a single character there. And then we understood how to declare integer. Then we understood how to declare a float. Then we understood how to declare a Boolean value. Then we understood about none type. Then we understood about typecasting, how to typecast from integer to float or float to integer or a string to integer. Then we understood about the input method, how to run an input method, how to take the values from the user, right? And then couple of magic commands, was there. And then finally, we understood about slicing concept, that how you can use the indexing, there, right? So that was the case, guys, right? Now, this line, this one-to-one is basically saying that start from the index 0, as there is no end index given, you have to continue, right, till end of the complete string. So guys, let me know what was the, how was the session today? Was it interesting to you? And then we'll take a 5-minute break. So Ankit is saying, good, sir, super, awesome, great, good, super, good, interesting. Is it interactive, guys? Excellent, nice, people are saying. Is it interactive, guys? So there was a disturbance for a couple of minutes. Sometimes it happens, right? So people are saying that it was a superb, sir, easy to understand, very interactive, interesting class. Okay, 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 guide, okay, fine, helpful and nice delivery from Hemant is saying. Okay, guys, so I like the slicing concept. Sajja Prashant was there. Okay, so good. So guys, I'm taking a 5 minute break and I'll be back. Till then, Sylvester sir is with you and he would be explaining the assignments for today, right? So guys, I'm just explaining, I'm coming to that part, assignments.
So can you open that in the Spyder, sir?
I'll open that. So once these are the 2 assignments for today.
The file is then the.
Okay, I'll start that. Assignments, where it is. So that's there.
Yeah, just increase the.
Okay. Clear?
Yeah, clear.
Okay, guys, I'll be back. Over to Sylvester sir now.
Good evening, everybody. So, I'll be explaining you what assignments you need to perform today. Today is day 1. Yesterday was day 0. Okay. I have already shared a file with you with the name of assignments.txt file. It's already been shared to you people on the Google Drive. I would like to make an announcement again. All the information and materials related to this training is present or stored on the Google Drive, and we have already shared the Google Drive link with you. Usha, try to concentrate what I'm trying to tell you. Okay, it's for everybody. Okay, Google Drive link has already been shared to you people. Okay, in the WhatsApp messages you get, the link is there. Okay, yesterday in the class we showed you how to do that, so you can refer to the yesterday's video for the link. I'm not giving you the link again today. Okay, refer to your WhatsApp messages, you get the Google Drive link there. In the Google Drive link, you've got a file by the name of assignments.txt. Okay, and the assignments.txt for today, I have broken down assignments for all the 6 days. Yeah. In day 1, that is day today, you need to solve 2 problem statements. That means you have 2 assignments today. Sajja, Prashanta, please consider what I'm trying to say first. Then you can ask your questions. I'll request everybody to please concentrate what I'm trying to explain. Then you can give your questions or ask your questions in the doubt sessions. Yeah. Assignment 1's name is Adult Body Mass Index Calculator. That means what we need to do is we need to calculate the BMI, the body mass index. Okay, and for that you need to create a file by the name of bmi_cal.py. Try to concentrate on the screen which has been shared to you. The file what you need to create is bmi_cal.py. Okay, and what is your problem statement? What you need to perform? Assume your weight in kilogram and height in meters. Again, I'm telling you, you need to take the input of your height in meters, not in feet and inches. Okay, and you need to take the input of your weight in kilogram. Once you have taken that, you need to store this information in some variables. And then what you need to do? You need to calculate the BMI value and print it. So sir have already taught you how to take input. Sir has already taught you how to print on the console. Using these 2 functionalities or concept, you need to solve this problem. Okay. I have also given you a hint how to calculate your BMI. If you want to calculate the BMI, Just divide your weight in kilogram by the height in meters. Okay, and once you do that, get some value. Again, divide the same value by the height again. Then what you get is known as your BMI. Is this clear? Now, one problem will come to you people. How to calculate your height in meters? Because everybody knows its own height in feet and inches. For that also, I've given you a hint on line number 25 and 26 that 1 feet is 0.3048 meters and 1 inch is 0.0254 meters. You can use this conversion values to do what? Calculate your height in meters. This is the first assignment. Is this clear? Okay. Once you have done this, once you have created the assignment solution, then you need to go to our Google form. I'll share the links of the Google form. That Google form link is used to submit your assignment. That means if you have 2 assignments, you need to submit twice. Okay, this was the first assignment for today. Now I move towards the next assignment, that is assignment number 2. Yes, Urmika, we have to take input of height in meters. Yeah, let me explain everything, then I'll take your questions one by one. Please be patient. Okay, assignment number 2. The name of the assignment is ride cost calculator. Okay, the file what you need to create is ridecost_cal.py file. If you see the line number 33, I have mentioned the name of the file what you need to create. Now the problem statement says, assume you travel 80 kilometers to and fro in a day. That means from your home to your office, it's 40 kilometers. So when you go in the morning to your office, you travel 40 kilometers. And when you come back in the evening, it's 40 kilometers again. That means you are traveling for how many kilometers in a day? 80 kilometers. Okay. Second, assume you travel 80 kilometers. Now the cost of diesel per liter is 80 rupees. I'm assuming the cost of fuel average is what? Sorry, the cost of diesel is what per liter? It's 80 rupees. Gayatri, I would request if you can listen what I'm trying to explain, then you can put your questions. Yeah. The cost of diesel is 80 rupees, and let's assume that your vehicle average is 18 kilometers per liter. That means in 1 liter, your vehicle travels 18 kilometers. So these are the 3 parameters. The first is traveling, it's 80 kilometers. The cost is 80 rupees. Okay. And third is vehicle fuel average. That's again 18 kilometers. Now what you need to calculate is, what is the cost of driving per day to the office? That means how much do you spend every day to go and come back to your office? This is your problem statement. Okay, you need to take all these 3 information: how much distance travel, the cost of diesel or the fuel, and the average of your vehicle as an input from the user. Okay, and how to calculate that? I've also given a hint. If you see on line number 41 and 42, first what you need to calculate is how much fuel is being consumed every day. And how to calculate that? Just divide the travel distance in kilometers by vehicle fuel average. So what you'll get? You'll get how much do you travel how much fuel is consumed in a day. Once you know how much fuel is consumed, you know the cost of diesel per liter, and if you multiply that by the fuel consumption, you'll get what? The cost per day. This is the way you need to solve your assignment. Hope it is clear. Okay. Now I'll be sharing again with you people. You can just mark and keep the links. Okay. Let me share that links to you people. I'm sharing the first link, that is the link of the Google Drive. So I'm sharing this on the chat. You can copy and keep. Okay. I have shared to everybody the link of Google Drive. On this link, you will get a file by the name of assignments.txt. And from that file, you need to do 2 assignments today. The first is assignment number 1, which is the adult body mass index calculator. Assignment number 2 is right cost calculator. Now I'll be sharing you another link. Once you have completed your solutions, okay, maybe on your mobile or maybe using your laptop, that means after you have completed the assignment, you will have 2 files with you. One is bmi_cal.py and another will be ridecost_cal.py. Now what you need to do, you need to submit these 2 files to me. What you have to do, I am again sharing another link. Okay, on this link, it's a Google form. On this link, when you go on this link, okay, you need to submit twice. Why? Because you have 2 assignments and you need to attach the files in the Google form. Yeah. Yes, Jeevan, you need to submit the assignments separately, not in a single file. Yeah. I will only evaluate or check if you people are sending as a separate file. Is it okay? So this was the announcement and explanations of the assignments, what you need to do. That means for today, you've got 2 assignments. The first is adult body mass index calculator, that is known as the BMI calculator, and the another one is right cost calculator. Okay. Hemant Kumar, please refer to the video again. Okay. I have explained multiple times in the session today. Please see the video again, you will come to know. Is this clear to everybody? Now, if you have any questions, please write on the chat for me. Guru Charan is asking, is the way any assignment will be validated? Guru Charan, it is not possible. Just a minute. Okay. Shiva, when Yogendra sir will come, he will show you a demo how to do that. Okay. The second link is for the submission. I'm again repeating, the first link what I've shared is the Google Drive link. There you will get your assignment.txt file. The second link is for your submission. Okay. Somebody is asking, Bharat is asking, should we only use given values? No, no, Bharat, you need to take the input from the user in the second assignment also and in the first assignment also. Is it clear to everybody? Yeah. Sai Ram Charan is asking, sir, in the second question, what will be the taken input? Okay. Sai Ram Charan, in the second, you need to take three input: the distance travel, the cost of diesel, and the vehicle fuel average. Is it okay? Yes, Rupsari, you need to round off or you need to convert into integer. Shivani, you should know your weight in kgs. It will be a float. How can I tell you? Yeah, Vishnu, if you don't have any doubts and you understood everything, you can leave the session, because now once Yogendra sir comes, we'll be starting the doubt sessions. No, Yashwant, I don't need a PDF file. You need to upload the .py file. I'm again telling everybody that you need to submit the .py file. We will not accept any screenshots. We will not accept any PDF. We will not accept any doc files. Everybody needs to send what? The py file. Gurucharan, your assignments will not be validated. Okay, we'll be sharing the solutions every day in the Google Drive. You need to compare yourself. Okay. Yes, Siddhartha, you should comment on every line. It's a good practice.
Okay, guys, I'm back.
You can do that, Sheha. Sir, can you explain the way the people will go to the form and upload the file?
Yes. Okay. So, guys, now I'm going to tell you how you can submit your assignments. So yesterday we made an announcement to all of you that submissions would be taken through a Google form, right? So you have to go to the link that was shared with you, right? And what was that link? That link is already available with your Google Drive, but so there you see on
Sir, also explain the way the people need to access the assignments on the Google Drive.
right.
They have doubts in that also first.
Okay, so guys, this is the drive link, right? This is the link to Google Drive, and this is sort of a lifeline to this course, right? All of you, this is the Google Drive link, and this Google Drive will have everything that you need to complete this course, right? So please, save this link. When you click on this link, you will go to a Google Drive, and this would be the kind of Google Drive for you, right? Here you can see there is announcement.txt. If you click on this announcements.txt, right, assignments are also there. If you click on a announcement.txt, at point number 7 you see assignment submission, right? You have to submit the assignments using a Google form, and please submit the assignment before the start of next class. That means if today you are given 2 assignments, you all are requested to submit those assignments before next class tomorrow, right? So that's the link we have taken. We are going to the browser. I'll just open that Google form link. Guys, this is the assignment submission form, guys, right? So please, I'm going walking through that. First, it will ask an email address from you. Fine, that's there. Then it will ask your name, right? Then couple of more details like your gender, your college name, right? Your college, your university roll number, your mobile number, which is a registered mobile number with a FAST, right? and then you have to choose which assignment you want to submit. So let's say you want to submit the first assignment, which is ride cast. So you have to choose this. After that, you have to upload that file. Which file? The solution file. And what would be the extension to that file? .py file, right? So let's say in my Spyder, I have a file, this, where is the file? This file, ride cost underscore calci.py. So that is the file I want to upload. That should be the kind of a name of your file that you want to upload, right? So I'm going back to browser again. I click on this add file, right? Now, here you have select files from your device. So click on this. And when you click on this, right, you can go to the directory which have the solution file. So I have my files in this directory, right? And there you can see a file was ride cost. Where it is? Let's look at that file. This is the file that you have to upload. So, and then you open, right? So now once you select that file, right, there is an upload button. So click on this upload button, this file be uploaded, right? And other details you have already given, and then click on the submit. So that is the first submission of your assignment. For the next assignment, again, you have to go to this link and choose this BMI calculator, right? And then upload the corresponding file, right? And then submit again. So every submission, right, you will have to go to this Google link, right? That means for individual submissions, you have to go, right? So you cannot upload multiple files, right? Did you guys understood? Did you guys understand that how you can, upload or how you can submit your assignments? Okay, a lot of people, right? Cool, cool, cool. And every details related, right, to your assignments, every details. So you have to go to the Google Drive, and there is a file called assignments.txt. So it has all the assignments, right? So that's so day one assignment, day two assignments, so kind of that. Okay, so that is, the case, right? So Chatra is there. Sir, please give the demo on how to do assignment. So Chatra, please, try once more. Thoda sa try kare, have a practice at your end, try. And if you are not able to, if you're not able to, develop the solution around that assignment, we will let you know while we are discussing the solution part, right? And let's say in one submission you have uploaded a wrong file. You can go back to the same link and upload the correct file again, right? Okay, so Alim is there. There is any time limit to submit the assignment? Yes, you have to submit the assignment before tomorrow's class. So tomorrow we have a class at 5. So please submit the assignment before that, right? Kirti says, once please explain the operators, because few operators differ from C. So operators are same as C, but if anything which is different from C, we'll discuss that. So don't worry about that. We'll discuss all the cases, right? Chanakya is saying, sir, I have a little. I don't even have a little sense of approaching. So. Okay, so maybe people are saying that assignments has some issue. Okay. Hemant is saying that how they would be evaluated. So evaluate means like you have to submit all assignments and we'll evaluate them and accordingly.
I'll take that question. For evaluation, it needs to be a self-evaluation way. That means once you complete the assignment and submit, the next day we'll be sharing the optimized solution on the Google Drive. So the next day you need to self-evaluate and compare the solution of what you have written and what we have written. And if you have any questions regarding that, you can ask in the doubt session. Is this clear to everybody now?
Okay. So there was a question, Pavan Kumar Reddy, Kattamedi, what is the use of single quotes and double quotes? So Pavan, right, in Python programming, whether we use a single quote, right, or whether we use a double quote, or whether we use a single character, or whether you use a single character with a double quote, all of them are a string. According to Python, this is also a string. According to Python, this is also a string. According to Python, this is also a string. And this is a string as well, and this is a string as well, right? So everything is a string here. So there is no difference with respect to Python. There is no difference between single quote and double quote in Python. Pavan. Siddharth is saying that how to print the mark is and the variable marks. Okay, so Siddharth is saying something like that. Okay, let's say you have a variable called marks which has certain numbers, let's say 55, and now I want to print the marks, right? So here we can print them, but he is not looking for this, right? He is saying something else. He is saying that I want to print a message as well, right? So how he is saying that the marks are, right, kind of that, you close that. So this is the string, that's the message he wants to show, and followed by the actual marks. After that we can have a comma, and there you see the messages. The marks are 55. There you can see, guys, how we are using it. That's the message we want to show to the user. Then we have a comma, and then we can actually play the value in the variable, right? Siddharth. And then Manoj, we will take the negative indexing or reverse indexing in tomorrow's session, right? So Deepika is saying that C is doing something like that. What is your name, right? So that's the string C is taking, right? And then C is just saying lenstr1. So C is trying to print the length of the string, right? So that's the string here, and that's the length he wants to print. So we have the length 19, right? You want to print the length of a string given as an input, right? So here you can call as input method is there. So we call the input method, guys, right? And we call enter the name. So that's here. We take this input in a variable called, let's say, name. So that's here. I'll take it a little bit, in middle of the screen. So that's the name. And now how you can print the length, len, and this time variable name. So now guys, let's run these two statements together. Here we enter the name, I enter the first, right? And then it prints the length of the string, right? So kind of there. Sneha Minerva is saying how to enter multiple entries and input. So please wait, Sneha, in days to come, tomorrow or maybe day after tomorrow, we'll discuss that part as well. Don't worry, we'll take your question. But today it is too early to answer this question that how to take input as multiple entries, right? Sairam Charan is saying, sir, if we did not did something wrong in assignment, we won't get the certificate. If you have done something wrong in the assignment, you can check with the solutions that are shared with you every day, right? And if you can correct it again, you can submit it again, Sairam, right? Sometimes let's say Sai Kumar has a question like that, str1 is equal to FOSC, and now or let's say he says str10 is equal to FOSC, and now he says print str10, right? And I directly print this, so it will say str10 is not defined. Why this error is coming, guys? This error is coming because this statement was not executed. So first you have to run this statement and then you have to run for the print. So this time it will work. Sign. Pramod is saying, sir, should we give the value of height or weight as a constant value or it is a variable? Sylvester, sir, he has to take the input from the user or he has to declare a variable?
Yes, everything needs to be taken as an input from the user.
Okay, Pramod, please take the input from the user, right?
Akash, you also need to take input from the user, yeah?
Teja from Kannur is saying, sir, can we use a triple quote like this? This is for multiple commenting, or can we use for something like that as well, right? So this is multi-line comment, right? And this as well, this is also a multi-line comment, right? So guys, see this and see this as well. Teja, right? Vijeta is saying that, sir, can you please explain the pipeline concept? So Vijeta, pipeline concept means like, pipelining means that you combine, multiple operations in single statement. You combine multiple statements, multiple operations in a single statements, something like that. Here I say, for example, you call an input method and then you say enter the marks, right? So enter the marks here, and then marks would be as integer, but input method will read everything as a string, right? So here in this case, marks would be a string, right? But you want marks as integer or float. So what you can do, you can typecast the output of this method or the value read by this method to integer, right? So here you are taking the input, then you are typecasting to integer. This is pipelining. This would be called as pipelining. There is a question saying how to concatenate two strings. We will do that, right? Simply, you can use a plus operator. So let's say there is a str1 is equal to FOSC, right? And then we have another string str2 is equal to, let's say Jaipur, right? We can, concatenate these two strings using a plus operator. How to do that? str1 plus str2. So here you get it. Let's see, guys, right? Okay, I'll run them again, str1 and str2, and now I say str1 plus str2. So this time you say FOSC Jaipur. So that's how you can concatenate, right? So Naveen Kumar is saying, sir, in the word FOSC Jaipur with a gap in between, are there 12 characters or 11 characters? So Naveen, if you say something like that, FOSC space Jaipur, please, listen, this space is also one of the character, right? So F is a character, O is there, R is there, S is there, K is there. All these characters. Then we have one more character as a space. So space is also considered as a character. So we have this 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5, then 6, then 7, then 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So total 12 characters are there. Naveen. Right. Kangan Agarwal is saying that how to save the code. Okay, fine. So if you want to save the code, Kangan, right? So let's say this is the code. This is the file you are writing. You can go to the file menu, and then there is the option save as, right? So click on the save as option, and there you can save the file. So here you can name it something, right? So maybe you can write cost or demo or whatever it is. So you can name the, you can save it that. Kaushik Sudan is saying, sir, can you show me the output of the assignment so that we can know how it looks? So maybe something like, let's say, ride cost calculator is there. Okay, and then let's say I want to run it. So click on this run button. Let's see. So we want to click on this run button. So now guys, I have, this ride cost calculator. I'm just going to run it. Enter the kilometers you travel in a day. So let's say I travel 80 kilometers every day. Enter the cost of petrol or diesel. So let's say cost of the petrol and diesel is rupees 70. Enter the vehicle average. Let's say my vehicle average is 18 kilometer, per liter. And that's how the output comes. The fuel consumed in a day is this much liter, and cost of driving per day to office is this much. Did you get it, guys? This is how it should work. So what I did now, I took this ride cost calculator.py file solution we have, and I just run it and show you how should be the output and how you have to build it, how it should behave. That is, we have taken. Ashok Chennai is saying, how do we reverse a string using slicing method? That will be taken tomorrow, Ashok. Don't worry, we'll take it tomorrow. Okay, so Aishwarya was saying that instead of comma, so as I used comma here, right? Where was that? Instead of comma, what was your question, Aishwarya? Can you please repeat again? So, Saundarya, Dakshina BC is saying, sir, how we are supposed to insert a string? We'll take that. Okay, I'll take. Okay. So I'm just looking at a couple of questions, guys. Okay, so Ashwin, you are saying that I want integer from the user, but the user is entering a string. How to again prompt the user to enter an integer without showing the error? So Ashwin, that will come up in later part of the course. So maybe tomorrow, day after tomorrow, will come to your set how to handle, the wrong inputs or wrongdoings of the user, and how you can show the proper message. Ashwin, we will take it tomorrow or maybe day after tomorrow. Okay. Uday Rajsekhar is saying, sir, can you explain about packages in the upcoming sessions, as you didn't mention anything about the packages? So we would be mostly talking about the basic Python, Uday, right? So starting from the data types to string operations to control flow to looping to using list, tuple, dictionary comprehensions, list comprehensions, using map, reduce, filter, lambda, and handling file handling. These are the kind of or functions. These are the kind of various topics we are going to take, right? So are you looking for some specific package? Let me know, right? Siddhartha is saying that can we take all inputs and calculate simultaneously so that time and space are reduced? Not now, maybe later on, right? Mohammed Sajad, you had a question, please. Can you please repeat? Some people were saying that how we can clear this console. So you can write a command clear and everything will be cleared. So there is a command called clear, right? And this is clear, right? Arthi is saying that, sir, can we do this assignment in Jupyter? Yes, you can do the assignment in Jupyter as well, right? Mehboob Alam was saying, sir, demo how to shift and enter function. So what was what you were supposed to do? Click on this tools. Here you get the preferences, right? Let's wait for the window to open up. There is a keyboard shortcuts, Mehboob Alam. And then on the keyboards, you have to select run. You have to search for run, and there is a run selection. Double click on this, and there you can enter the command. So there you have, so have a focus on this, right? And press the, press the shift enter button, and then OK will enabled. You have to press on the OK, and then you have to click on this apply, and then finally you have to apply on this OK, right? And then you have to restart it, right? What to restart? You have to restart the Spyder. Mahbubala, right? Hemant Kumar is saying, sir, can we give predefined length to a string? No, not yet. Okay, what else? Okay, guys, sometimes, Kangan, what is your specific question? How to erase an input? I didn't get what you are looking for, right? Gajendra Lekhna is saying that what is the deadline of submission for today's assignment? Tomorrow evening, right? Sarika, what is your question? Can you please repeat? Kangan is saying, sir, suppose I enter a wrong input. Okay, fine, Kangan. Then? Okay, how should I correct it? Okay, so in that case, Kangan, programmatically, once some value is entered in a variable, right? And then you make a check that this value is not correct, and then you have to take again the input from the user. In that case, we make use of loops, Kangan, right? So we will use loops to fix what you are facing, right? So please wait for that section. That topic will come, and then we'll discuss on that, Kangan, right? Kaushik. Kaushik Vishwanathan is there, and he's saying, can we use variables same as in str and float? Will it be an error or will it accept? Can we use the variable same as integer? Kaushik, I did not get your question. Can you elaborate more on that? Okay, Sarika. Okay, so Sarika is saying that I'm unable to run SQRT and PU. Can you please share the code, Sarika? Can you copy paste the code that you are running? Okay, so Srinivas Gupta is saying that how memory allocation is done in Python. I mean, how it differentiates between a float and double. This question is, Srinivas, you will have to wait for this answer, not today. We'll discuss, how the memory management is happening in Python later on, but not today. That would be too early to answer your question, right? Harshita, yes, you have to send .py file. Uh, uh, Kohli from Tuticorin, he's saying that any restrictions on the variable names to be used for this assignment? No, restrictions as of now. Ruhi from Nivai is saying, sir, how can we limit the decimal? So there is a round function used in Python. We'll come to that round, right, Ruhi? Gajendra Lekhna is saying, sir, can you make the video available by today? It would be helpful. If it is ready, Gajendra, will definitely, so as soon as this, gets uploaded on the YouTube, you will get a notification. So guys, I make a request to all of you, please go to the YouTube and search for the FOSC coding school there, right? So guys, please subscribe to the FOSC coding school. So as soon as the video is uploaded, new video is there, you will get a notification, right? Harshita, yes, you have to take input from the user, right? Priyanka Vishwanath is saying, so sir, in concatenation to get a space in an output, can we use /n or /t while giving input? Not that way, Priyanka. We'll take that part as well, right? So have your questions ready for next round. We'll take that part as well. Anusha Begum from Kadapa saying, what is the deadline for submission? Please submit the assignments before next class. That is 5 p.m. tomorrow, right? Sarika has shared the code with me, import math, and then math SQRT 16. So Sarika, I'm just taking your code, I'm just copying your code and I'll show it on my Spyder, and let's see if it is working or not. So that's the code you have written. So here you see, Sarika. So that's the code, right? So you have import and then this, here you see the output. So you can see this output. In case you don't get this output, just make use of print statement here, right? Just add a print statement here. So just try with the print statement, Sarika, right? Okay, guys. Okay, so there is a announcement. Sometimes, because there are a lot of questions coming in, right, during the discussion session. Sometimes, questions, so many questions are there, and sometimes you skip, or maybe a couple of questions may be left, right? But that doesn't mean that we do not want to answer your questions, right? So in case, right, in case your question is not answered, maybe after 5 minutes or 10 minutes you can again ask the same question, right? So that happens, right? Sometimes if there are so many people are asking the question at the same time, it's a very normal case when some of the question may be left, but that doesn't mean we do not want to answer. We are going to answer each and every question for you. We'll try our best to answer the question, right? Nikita Tenali is saying, sir, is there any difference between typecasting and type conversion? No, Nikita, this is the same. Typecasting and type conversion, they are same, right? Revati, I did not get your question. Without print function, how should we print in slicing concept, right? Deep Shikha is saying, sir, can we do from any Python compiler? Yeah, you can do. That's okay, fine, Anusha Begum is saying, so there is any error in the code, would you consider that assignment? No, that assignment will not be considered, Anusha. Okay, Ashwin is saying that I used function dir and I was not able to. So maybe Ashwin, what you can do, you just try to do this print and then dir there, right? And there you say the math. So try with this. Ashwin, right? Please try with this. Use a print statement. Okay, Uday, I'll take up your concern. So please do remind me when we are at end of the session, right? Maybe fourth day or fifth day, you can remind me and I can talk about the various packages in Python, right? Suggest any compiler from phone, Deep Shikha. Please do Google, okay? Just Google and you will see a lot of options,
The
right?
decoder is there, sir, for Android.
Which one?
Decoder.
Decoder, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, decoder. So
You can type.
Deepsika,
You
so
can
Deep,
type on the screen.
so Deepsika, if you're using uh, if you're using Android phone, you can use that decoder. I just wrote it for you. Jyotsna is saying, sir, when we do not have a laptop, how we can add assignment of file extension.py. Jyotsna, you can use a decoder on your phone and it will help you, right? Vignesh was there from Hosuri saying today session was useful, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Vignesh. Deepsika, okay. Ruhi from Nevai is saying, sir, what is the range of data type in function? That entire memory management is very different, Ruhi, in Python, right? So in terms of size, in terms of range, please do not compare it with C programming, right? So whenever we have a discussion around memory management in Python, your doubts would be clear. So this question has a very in-depth meaning, and it requires a lot of discussion. So we'll probably take up in some others session. Hari Sushi's their session was interesting and easy to understand. Thank you, Hari. Okay, so Pooja is saying how to convert a file from Jupyter to .py. So Pooja, if you're using Jupyter, right, go to the file menu and there you will see an option download as .py. Do you get, Pooja? There is an option in the file menu, download as .py, right? So then your file would be saved as .py, right? So you can save .py. Roshan Kumar is saying, sir, after completion of course, any project. So generally, Roshan, during the course, we give you a lot of assignments, right? So that is a lot of learning goes on in those assignments, right? So there is no as such major project at end of.
Sir, this time we have kept one mini project at the end, sir.
Okay, Roshan, we have a one mini project at course completion, right? Puneet Goda is saying that do we have to write a code to convert from height from feet to meters? No, Puneet. You can take the direct values. Lekhna Gajendra is saying, would you display the right cost program once? Yeah. This is the right cost program, Lekhna. I'm just going to run it again. See this. Please focus on the console window, right? So enter the kilometers you travel in a day. So let's say for my office, I travel 80 kilometers a day. What is the cost of the petrol? Let's say I say 70 rupees per liter is the cost. What is the vehicle average? So my car is, let's say, giving average of 18. And then it does some calculations and then gives the output here. That's no. Mahima Durve is saying that it was a nice session. Thank you, sir. Lekhna Gajendra is saying thank you. Krishna Teja is saying, sir, thank you, sir, for your answers. It's easy to understand everything. Thank you, Krishna. So guys, if you have any questions, please let us know. If your question is not answered yet, please share with us again. Aarti from Tirunelveli. Actually, we guys are from North India, so it's very difficult for us to, pronounce your name. So please, bear with us. Generally, it's difficult for us to take the full, announce the full name. Oma Vani is saying, thank you, sir. Mahabub Alam is saying, sir, you're doing very well. Okay. Priyanka is saying that, can you please repeat again about the Jupyter doc to convert? So Priyanka, what you have to do, like, go to a file menu and There you see option, right? There you see option as, you know, or download as .py. No, that's the way. Rupasri K is saying, so thank you, sir, for your patience in clearing our silly doubts. There is no doubt a silly doubt. You guys, if you are a beginner, right, you should have a lot of questions. You will have a lot of questions, right? So there is no, you know, nothing wrong in asking even of a single, you know, silly question there. Don't decide on your own whether it's a good question or a silly question. Just ask it. That's it. Nothing is required. If you have a question, just share with us. Dakshina busy. I'll take your question later on, not today. Please, you know, please wait for the right time to come, and I'll you know, I'll answer your question. Vijeta BS is saying, thank you, sir, for your educative session. Thank you, Vijeta. Maulya Malaysia, he's saying, sir, explain about how to attach the file. So Maulya, for that, what you have to do, you have to go to this Google form link, right? So that's the Google form. So please copy this, right? This is the link, right? Go to this link, and there you see in the Google Drive, in the browser, you will see this form, right? So you will see this form. It requires you to enter email addresses, your name and your gender, and a couple of details, and the which assignment you want to submit. Just select that assignment and then click on this add file button, right? And once you click on this add file button, a pop-up comes. On this upload tab, choose this select files from your device. So click on this, right? And then you can choose your file. So let's say you want to upload this file, bookshop.py. So once you select this and you click on the open, right? This is the way. Imtiaz Ali, sir, how to limit the float decimal places. There is a method called round, Imtiaz. You can try with that, right? Round method is there.
So just give a demo of the round, sir, to everybody. Yeah. There's been a lot of people who will be asking this question.
Okay. So let's say Imtiaz, this is your value, right? So for example,
sir, use the print function, sir. A lot of people have a confusion that you do not use print. Still, the answer is coming on the console.
Yeah. Okay. So let's say Imtiaz, this is your value in in float, and now you use print method, right? If you say marks, your all the values after decimal are getting printed. But if I say round, so round is there. Is it in NumPy, Sylvester, sir?
No, directly round is there.
Round is there. Okay.
Round is there.
So round is there, right?
It's two parameters.
Marks, and then let's say you want 2 decimal places only, right? So that's printed round. So now you can see it's got rounded off to 2. Imtiaz, did you get the answer? Shruti, please submit the correct assignments. Shruti Raja, please submit the correct assignments. If you have any doubts, you are not able to complete the assignment, take help from the FOSC team. People will help you, right? Any other question, guys? So how was the session, guys? Did you like it? A lot of people raising hand. Okay, Sai Kumar is saying awesome, sir. Okay. Okay. Deep Shikha saying, sir, it was a nice session, helpful. Pavitra Sant is there, great, sir. Amolya is saying, thank you. Halima Fez, thank you. It was a great session. Thank you, Halima. Imtiaz Ali is saying, finally, a right way of learning. Thank you, Imtiaz. I hope you like the format. Priyanka is saying thank you, sir. Puneet Goda is saying, Puneet, sir, can you explain the conversation of str to float once again? Okay, so something like Puneet, you are asking for something. Let's say I have a string, right, which is under double quotes, Puneet, right, and there I have written something like that, right? That's what you are asking for. And now if I typecast it float, will it work or not? Let's see. We can say str1. So now see this. Did you get it? Right? So this was your string. It is a string because everything, any number or dot, it comes in double quote. So obviously it's a string. If you want to convert it to a float, you can use this float, right? And you can maybe store it in some other variable. C is equal to float this. Let's see. Let's check for the type, C. So what is the type? If you are not able to get the type using that, you use a print statement, please. Yeah, this is a float, right? Okay. So Puneet, what you can do, str1 here, you can, just write, here you can say 3.45, something like that. You can do that way as well. That's doable. Aluri Likhit is saying the thank you for a wonderful session, sir. Sahana is there. Thank you so much. Sri Ram Radhakrishnan is saying lecture was good, sir. Jyotsna, you have to submit the file directly, not the link, right? So Mithun is saying that, sir, you said, sir, there is no care in the Python. Okay. So Mithun, what I got your point here. So let's understand once again. So let's see, this is str1, right? And then we have a string here, FOSC, right? If I want to print only the first character, then I can make use of indexing. So that the index 0. This is the single character. In saying I'm single character, but the type is still, so what I can say, I can check what is the type of, the value which has index 0. There you see the type. Again coming str. That means in print it is printing a single character, but the type is still str. Mithun, did you get it? Okay. Okay. Dhruman Das Assam. So Das, please understand the question first, right? In case if you have any doubt, you can, contact, or you can, write an email, right? Aluri Likhit say, when I can know whether my submitted assignment is correct or not. Aluri, every day, right? We will upload the solutions to the assignments, right? So let's say solutions to the today's assignment will come to you by tomorrow evening, right? Or maybe day after tomorrow. And there
they will be published on the Google Drive. They won't be getting any mails, no WhatsApp. They need to go and check there.
yes. So Likhit, as on the Google Drive, you have a folder called solutions. Can you see there? We have a, folder assignment solutions. In this folder, you will get all the solutions. Currently, this folder is empty, but as the course progresses, you will see the solutions here, right? Sahishnu, no, your attendance is all taken, right? So if you want to leave, you can leave. Thank you, Sahishnu. Yeah, Nikita, it's any programming language is always case sensitive. Nikita, Any programming language, not Python. All the languages are case sensitive. Nandini is there saying, thank you, sir, for useful session. Thank you, Nandini. New man born saying, thank you, sir. So Mr. New man born, thank you from our side as well. Dakshina is saying, what basis are we given the certificates, right? So the base is very clear. That was explained to you. Explained to you yesterday as well, that you have to attend all the classes sincerely and you have to submit the assignments. That's the basis of getting a certificate. Lakshana. Kartika Haridas is saying, thank you, sir, for it was a nice class. Thank you, Kartik. Ashwin is saying, can you suggest any reference book for Python? I'll give you few links in a couple of days, Ashwin, right? So you can follow them. Rather than going for a book, so rather than reading a book on programming language, solve problems, solve assignments, do projects, that is more helpful in learning. Asma is saying, thank you. It was a great session, sir. Jyotsna is saying that's a good gesture of reading every comment and replying. Thank you so much. Thank you, Jyotsna. Yes, a newborn, if you go through the recorded video, it would be enough to know the process. We have explained everything into the video, so you can go through that and it will be easy to understand for you. Robin Abhishek is saying, thank you, sir. The way you explained was too good. Thank you, Robin. Yeah, Puneet, that's okay. You can do that. Rajeshwar Reddy, sir, all languages are case sensitive, but in some cases, case sensitive is not allowed. So can you tell me that cases in Python? I'll come to that, Rajeshwar. Thank you for your question, but I'm not going to answer it right now, but I'll take up that. Nivetika Sashi Kumar is there. Thank you, sir. It was a nice session. So Imtiaz, if you have upload a wrong file or some issue was there, you can upload it again. So just submit it again. Divya Nulu is thank you for your excellent class and excellent way of teaching. Thank you, Divya. I think we can close the session now, right? If you have any more questions, please, you can mail them, right? Or maybe you can ask them in tomorrow's session. Thank you guys for your time, right? See you tomorrow.